Welcome into the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. It is the Christmas Hangover edition. Supernatural news. I know normally we do supernatural news on a Wednesday. We're doing it on Thursday because, of course, we had the holiday. So we got to get our supernatural news in anyways. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. Right over there is the co-hostess with the mostest, Jessica Freeburg. Hi, Jess. How you doing?
I'm so great. I'm happy to be here with you on a Christmas hangover Thursday.
Oh, I appreciate it. I take it your merriment was full and you're full of merriment?
Yeah,
That,
something like that.
that work? Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I take it as part of the holiday. Everybody waited on you. You didn't have to do a thing. Dishes were done. Everybody cooked for you. You got your mani-pedi done by the kids. They carried you around.
Like you were here, Tim. It's like you were watching through
Yeah.
the window like a creepy stalker.
I do most days, but not yesterday. And then they carried you around in a little golden chair, a little gold
Yes.
throne. Yes, all that
It
happened.
was wonderful. It was such a day.
Yeah. Are we telling fibs now? Big fibs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big fibs.
Yeah, big fibs.
Sorry. Don't.
It's all right. I survived. Everyone was happy.
Oh, that's good. That's what we're hoping
No
for.
one shot their eye out.
No one shot. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you watch that movie on Christmas?
Every year during Christmas Eve, we make cookies, we make homemade pizza, we make homemade cookies for Santa, even though my kids are adults, basically. And then we watch The Christmas Story and Ralphie, and we love it.
Have you watched the sequel to it?
No, because I know I'm not going to love it as much,
Oh,
but I will. We just saw it the other day up on the screen, and we're like, we should just watch it, you know. But you know, the sequel's never as good as the original.
true.
Did
True.
you watch it?
Once.
Yeah.
That's
You're
all.
not going to watch it every year.
That's all I needed was once.
I do want a leg lamp really badly. Like I've had a leg lamp in my cart in Amazon so many times, but I can't bring myself to buy it because it's so expensive. They're
Yeah.
like $200.
Yeah. They're a little spendy. Yeah. But, but they're fun. Yeah. They're fun.
Yeah.
I, you know, I have a really warm memory of that movie because I saw it in theaters.
Mhm.
And it was my uncle and aunt that took me to see it when it first came out. So we actually went. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but there used to be a restaurant in the Twin Cities here that was actually in a boxcar.
Oh, is it the one in St. Paul?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's still there.
Is it?
Maybe it shut down for a minute, but I think it opened back up. Yeah, we had lunch there. It was a few years ago, but
Yeah, and it's not Broadway pizza, so it's not that. But it's
mm-mm.
no, but
It
it's
was in that Christmas movie,
yeah,
the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah. Was it in Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah, but they took us there and we had lunch and then we went and we saw the movie. So,
Oh, that is a good memory.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, yeah. Yeah. So that yeah, that's my happy Christmas movie.
It's one of my favorites. I think it's our family favorite. So,
Yeah. And then the other thing that's warm and fuzzy about that whole thing is when the dad's down working on the water heater. That's my grandfather. That's
oh,
yeah, that was everything he ever worked on. That was, yeah,
that's funny.
swore like a sailor. Yeah.
Yeah, I love to use the fake swears from that movie when I'm mad. So,
Oh, he did the real thing.
oh,
I
I'm sure.
I learned how to swear from my grandfather. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, my kids learned how to swear from my mom, so that's fair.
And I used to be his little buddy, so I would go with him wherever he would go to work on stuff. So I learned firsthand. So I learned how to put them together, and I learned how to put them together at a very young age. So I could take it to the playground, right? And
Oh,
boy,
yeah.
ooh, I used to teach the kids how to put them together. So it was kind of fun. Yeah. And then when I was put into the principal's office and asked where I learned I would never snitch on my grandfather, though. I was just like, oh,
No,
I just learned.
other kids.
Yeah, because the principal was quite impressed with my vernacular.
Yeah. You should have told him you learned from his mom. Isn't that what the kids say now? Your mom.
Your mom, that's where I learned. From the principal. Yeah, your mother, that's where I learned it. Yeah, but yeah, Grandpa, he could put it together. Well, he was literally a sailor, so
Oh, well, that explains it.
so that's how I learned it. So, but yeah, so when we saw that in the movie, we all busted out laughing very hard. Yeah, because they're like, "There's Grandpa." Um, so yeah, it's kind of fun. Just saying. So yeah, happy memories. There you go. Big show today, Jess. Big show today. We we don't leave Christmas completely behind today because, of course, there's 12 days of Christmas. So we do have a couple of Christmas stories towards the end of the show today.
Perfect. I'm not ready to give it up anyway.
Yeah, we, but we are hedging towards the new year. And by the way, next week, anniversary shows.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Next week, big 19th anniversary.
Yeah. We're growing up, Tim. We're
Yeah,
almost through our teenage years,
almost through it. Yeah, yeah. We're almost to the well, we're past the point where we can be drafted. Yeah,
right? We could vote for a full year.
yeah, but can't quite drink legally.
No, but we can still sneak it in. We can do that.
Yeah, we can still. Kind of fun. Kind of fun. So we got that to look forward to next week. Lots of good stuff. This week, however, you have this to look forward to on the big program today. Of course, we've got ye old alien news to look forward to. As a little bit later in the program, we'll be talking about everything from not only aliens, but alien figurines that are all of 7,000 years old. I don't know if they appreciate in value.
Huh, crazy.
I don't know if you have your alien figurines ready to be appreciated and sold off at market, but
7,000 years old, still in the box, Tim.
still in the box. That's right, still in the package. You never take them out of the package, otherwise they'd appreciate in value. We got time traveler news this week, as one time traveler claims he went to from 1932 to 2050 and then boom, vanished because there's nothing there. Evidently,
Good.
you want to get your affairs in order. We're not making it to 2050, I guess. We have some interesting AI news.
Mm.
Evidently, we've acquired a new ally in the war against AI, and he's a big mofo.
Mm. I'm
Yeah,
intrigued.
yeah. So we'll tell you about him coming up later in the program. Uh, Interestingly enough, Mr.Beast. I know you've heard of him. Uh, big influencer. Claims he was going to spend 100 hours looking for ghosts inside the Giza pyramids. He also claims he's going to spend the night overnight. We'll debunk a lot of that coming up a little bit later. An alleged Bigfoot was photographed in the canyon near Ganado, Arizona. So we'll talk about whether Bigfoot posed for a selfie. We have an update on the flat earthers that were taken to Antarctica as to prove whether the earth was flat or not. We'll tell you who got to eat some humble pie in that whole deal. And of course, we've got our Santa and Christmas stories, including a Christmas decoration that came to life in a paranormal clip.
Ooh.
Yeah, fun stuff, huh?
Yeah, this is going to be a good episode.
Yeah, so we got lots of good stories coming up today. But first, in our very first story today, a resurfaced 1999 interview hints at the fact that 2025 disclosure, and I'm talking about overall disclosure, but there could be some disclosure of some secrets out at Area 51. Now, Details of exactly what the Air Force has been hiding out at Area 51 could be revealed in the near future, as in right around the corner, like in about another month or so.
Yay.
Situated around 83 miles northwest of Las Vegas in the Nevada desert, Area 51 is the world's most famous secret base, a place that has become synonymous over the years with stories of reverse engineered alien technology and UFO related black projects. It wasn't until 2013, when declassified CIA files were published, that the U.S. Air Force officially acknowledged that Area 51, which is part of the Nevada Test and Training Range, even existed at all. Even today, exactly what goes on there remains shrouded in secrecy. But there's hope that we could soon learn a whole lot more about this enigmatic facility. Recently, an interview from 1999 resurfaced in which aviation journalist Jim Goodall spoke about meeting with various individuals who claimed to have worked at Area 51. One of those offered him a tantalizing piece of information about potential future disclosure. He said, quote, "One gentleman spent 12 of his 30 years in black programs at Groom Lake. I asked him, I said, can you really tell me what's happening out there? And he said, well, there's a lot of things that are going on there that I won't be able to tell you until the year 2025. But we have things in the Nevada desert that would make George Lucas envious."
Hmm.
That's pretty promising. Yeah.
It sounds exciting.
Yeah. With 2025 just around the corner, could we be about to gain access to new declassified material that could lift the lid on exactly what's been going on at Area 51? Question mark. Well, some have speculated that this could be a reference to an automatic declassification bill, which was established in 1999 by President Bill Clinton, that discloses government secrets after 25 years. If so, we may see a whole treasure trove of newly declassified documents in the very near future. The only problem is, for that 25-year clause to happen, Area 51 will have had to have been, shut down since 1999, which I don't think it has been. I think it's been somewhat active. So no, probably we probably won't find out anything in 2025.
Or they're just teasing us again.
Yeah, either that or we might find out about things that happened in 1999 there. That I mean, it may be still a functioning base, but it may not be an alien base. Is that fair?
That's true. I like your optimism.
I mean, it could still be a functioning testing base for weapons, but it may not be a place where alien bodies are stored.
Hopefully they tell us something.
Yeah. In the, I hate to keep stuttering over this, but I'm spitballing here. They could say, in the interest of national security, we can't tell you a thing. And then just stonewall everybody.
Yeah, just leave us right where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
I'm anxious to see with President-elect Trump coming in exactly what's going to be done, because supposedly he was going to clear the decks and just let everybody have their information. But that didn't happen with the last term either. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's starting to happen, but it didn't, not everything was completely open. So I'm anxious to see what happens here.
Me too. I'll believe it when I see it, though. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. There's a new documentary out there that says, or wants rather, to examine UFO cases from the aliens' perspective. I'd love to see how you're going to do this, but the name of the thing is The Alien Perspective, which will offer up a unique angle on investigating some of the best known UFO incidents. Now, up until now, just about every documentary about UFOs or aliens has approached the topic from our own perspective, focusing on testimonies of those who have had close encounters. The Alien Perspective, on the other hand, will do the complete opposite, offering a unique reversal of this approach by looking at how famous UFO cases might have looked to potential alien visitors. Written and directed by award-winning filmmaker Dean, I believe this is Alioto. The new two-part documentary will offer insights from scientists at Oxford University, NASA, CNES, and more. It will also feature interviews with futurist Michio Kaku, UFO researcher Dave Foley, former Ministry of Defense UFO researcher Nick Pope, and New York Times investigative reporter Leslie Keane, and more. The newly released trailer for the documentary reveals that it will look at cases including the Rendlesham Forest incident and the U.S. Navy's Tic Tac UFO encounter, among others. Given the recent current level of interest in the UFO phenomena, the documentary's release is well timed. The Alien Perspective will be launching digitally worldwide, coming up, believe it or not, in 2 weeks, in January 8th. I tell you what, there's a trailer that I'm looking at right here in this article. We'll take and we'll post the link to the trailer in the description of this program, so you can take a look at the trailer for yourself. There you go. Our next article has to do with astrophysicists who discover how the largest galaxies came to form. Exactly how the massive elliptical galaxies form had remained a major and enduring conundrum for years. According to Anna Grazia Puglisi, she goes on to say, it is as humbling as it is motivating to think about how much we have to still learn about the universe. She says her collaborators and she have tackled one of astrophysics' enduring mysteries, how massive elliptical galaxies can form. For the first time, they have solid observational evidence that provides an answer, and the results have recently been published in Nature magazine. Galaxies in the present-day universe fall into 2 broad categories. They are spiral galaxies like our Milky Way, which are rich in gas and continuously form stars in a rotating disk. I'm setting myself up for giggles here. There are also elliptical galaxies, which are large and spherical rather than flat, similar to a rugby ball. The latter don't produce new stars, but are dominated by stars formed over 10 billion years ago. The formation of elliptical galaxies have long been difficult to explain, with cosmological models describing the evolution of the universe from the Big Bang to now. One of the challenges is that star formations during the era when elliptical galaxies formed, which is 10 billion to 12 billion years ago, was thought to occur within large rotating disks similar to our Milky Way. There's a lot more information to this article. I tell you what, I'm going to post this one as well in the description of this program, so you can get more information on this as well, because it is quite involved, but there's more to it. There's more to it, Jess, than I think we have time to cover here today. So
I'll just give them a little taste and then they can
yeah,
dive in for the real meat and potatoes.
that's right. That's right, because it's a little involved. It's a little involved. So if you want to get into it, by gosh, I'll give you the information to get into it. You can follow the link and read it yourself. All right. We were talking alien-like figures earlier in the week on True Crime Tuesday. We were talking Legos. I can only put the two together in my mind. I don't know. See, I'll tell you why. Here, I'll show you the picture.
Okay.
Does that look like a Lego to you?
Yeah, it does.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like a Lego figure. See,
Yeah.
to me, I just assume that this is a alien Lego figure. I don't know why.
You know they have Legos. If they're that advanced, you know they're up there building Lego blocks because it's fun.
You think aliens have Legos?
Yeah, I think so. They like to have fun. They're doing shots of whiskey and building Legos. That's what they're doing.
Shots of light. It's Legos and whiskey night up there in the alien universe.
That's right.
When the gray aliens aren't doing they're doing anal probes, they're doing whiskey and Lego nights. I'm sure. Well, an alien-like figurine that dates back 7,000 years has been unearthed in Kuwait. Of course. I don't know. To me, this might be a little bit of pareidolia. I don't know. Because doesn't this? I don't know. Doesn't this look like it could be somebody's thumb too?
I mean, I don't really know what it looks like. Has Looks like it has an eye, a couple slanted eyes and a nostril. I mean, is that supposed to be a face?
It could be. I don't know.
Looks like a wadded up Kleenex that I found washed.
I mean, really. I mean, do you see it? Do you see the
Thumbs up.
thumbs up?
Yeah.
It looks like somebody's severed thumb.
You could just draw little eyes and a nostril on your thumb and
You
you
could
nailed it.
with a Sharpie. It could be the same
Hmm.
deal. Yeah. I'm just saying. Whoever wrote the article says it could be an alien or it could be my thumb. Just it's a strange statue that bears more than a passing resemblance to modern depictions of extraterrestrial entities, according to this, discovered during excavation work at an archaeological site in Kuwait known as Bara 1. The figurine is connected to the ancient Ubaid culture, which spread from Mesopotamia to the Arabian Peninsula. Thought to date back some 7,000 years, the figurine looks a lot like some sort of alien entity with its anomalously elongated head, slanted eyes, thin mouth, and flat nose. Or it's a puppet.
Yeah, or it's a discarded Kleenex.
It could be that too. That said, its style and characteristics are typical of other figurines created by the Ubaid culture, and it's very unlikely to have anything to do with extraterrestrial visitors from other worlds. There's that too. Its presence raises intriguing questions about its purpose and the symbolic or possibly ritualistic value it held for the people of this ancient community, said archaeologist. Good God. Archaeologist Piotr Belinsky. That's his name. Don't wear it out. In addition to the significance of the figurine itself, the discovery has also yielded environmental information derived from the type of pottery that it was made from. Oh, see, it's pottery. Okay, I've made shitty pottery before too.
Oh, sure. I've got some on my bookshelf behind me that my kids made. It's all coming together now. And those look like aliens too.
Yeah, look at you got aliens on your back shelf, don't you?
Look at this right
Yeah.
here. Freaking
Look,
alien.
that's an alien too. That isn't
This
it.
looks more like an alien than that does.
There's two eyes and a mouth right
Right.
there. Oh shit.
Here's another
There's
alien.
another alien. And we didn't have to go halfway around the world to find them.
Yeah,
Well,
there you go.
right there you got two aliens
Worth millions.
worth millions. And we didn't have to go around the world to find it. It says organic traces such as plant fragments, for example, show what type of flora was commonplace in the region at that time. You got any plants around your house there? We can find that too.
I was going to say there's probably organic matter in mine. It's probably boogers because kids made them.
Early analysis have revealed traces of wild plants, particularly reed, within the locally produced pottery, which cultivated plant remains, including cereals like barley. We could probably find some frosted flakes or
Honey Nut Cheerios for
honey
sure.
nut Cheerios.
Hmm.
Okay, there's probably some of that in there. Cereals like barley and wheat have been found in the imported Ubaid ware, said archaeologist Roman Hovsepian. We could find Honey Nut Cheerios in that alien pottery you got there. So, hey,
Honey Nut Cheerios and boogers. All you need.
that's all you need. There's DNA in there, and
Mhm.
there's plant life, and
Yeah, and it really looks like aliens.
it really
So
looks
I
like
win.
you win. Yeah, Jess has it right there in her own home. So, screw you guys. We're going home. That's all we're saying. All right. Uh, our final story before we go to break today has to do with a time traveler who claims he was from 1932, and then Jesse went to 2050 and then mysteriously vanished.
I don't like the sound of that, Tim.
Yeah, I don't either. Not a good thing. Sergei Ponomarenko made headlines around the world when he turned up in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv in 2006, claiming to be a time traveler from 1932. Here's a picture of Sergei right here. There he is. He kind of looks like he's just dropped in from 1932.
He looks confused.
He does look confused, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got that, hello, nice to meet you. I'm here from 1932. He's got that look as he drops in. We've all fantasized about owning a time machine. I know I have. I wish I could go back in time many days. Traveling back to see the dinosaurs or zooming thousands of years into the future. However, one man, Sergei Ponomarenko, claims to have already achieved this feat. Sure he has. Over the years, many have claimed to have journeyed through time, but none have a story quite as intriguing as Ponomarenko's. He claims in 2006, the world was stunned when the Ukrainian man appeared in Kyiv, insisting to authorities that he was from 1932. He probably got this really weird look. Like, sure you are, pal.
Right. Did you forget to take your medication today, sir?
Yeah. If you're from 1932, tell us what the baseball scores are. Right.
Yes, exactly. Give us some proof.
Yeah, give us some proof. While many would immediately dismiss him as mad or deceitful, his evidence was surprisingly persuasive, it says here. Dressed in outdated clothing and sporting an old-fashioned camera, he certainly looked the part. But the most compelling proof was a Soviet document from the 1950s, which he said proved he was 25. No.
I think the truest test would be look at his underwear. Because if you're going to dress in costume, you're not going to go all the way down to your skivvies. So he probably has like Calvin Klein's on or something, and then you're going to be like, liar.
Oh, good point.
God, can't get anything past me.
But if he gets down to his skivvies and he's got the old-fashioned sandpaper wool ones on that go all the way down to his knees.
Yeah, then I'm going to be like, shit just got real.
Shit just got real, son. Now you're talking. Yeah. If he talks like this, by golly, then you know you got the real deal. So this caused some heads to turn, evidently, although they remain skeptical. But like Jess said, get him down to the old skivvies, see if if you ask him, hey, change into a bathing suit, and he's head to toe.
Yeah. Then
Then you got him. See, you got some good investigative skills.
I'm an investigator, Tim. That's what I do.
Yeah. The game changer, time to change. Evidently, I'm going through puberty again.
Going through the change yourself, son.
Yep, mid-50s. It only took me to my mid-50s.
It's finally happening.
It's finally happening. Thank God. I can finally grow that beard. The game changer came when Ponomarenko produced his camera, claiming to have taken photos in the 1950s. Astonishingly, upon developing these photos, authorities confirmed that they were indeed from that era, showing him with an unidentified woman and what he claimed was a UFO. Okay. Wait a minute. So he's in the 1950s and goes, right. Click, I find UFO. They just first discovered UFOs.
He's having a very lucky day. A hot girl and a UFO. I just stumbled upon them both.
I find girl and UFO. And now I'm time traveler.
Best day ever.
What a country. He went Yakov Smirnoff on the bed. Allegedly, after taking the photo, he was transported to the future. So he's like, I find girl, I find UFO, I take picture, here I am.
Wow. That's kind of fancy. Like, snap in a new place.
Here I am. Please don't have hot dog.
I want that camera. I'm going to use it everywhere. I'm like, get me
Right?
out of here.
Please. Instead of hot tub time machine, it's a Polaroid time machine.
Yeah.
Please to take me out of here now, please. The mystery deepened when authorities discovered that a man with the same name had vanished in 1958. They,
Huh.
they managed to locate his girlfriend, who was in her 70s at the time. And shockingly, she was the woman in the photo.
Stop it.
Seriously. Yeah. She
Oh my
revealed,
gosh.
yeah, she
He
revealed
probably isn't wearing Calvin Klein's then. He's the real thing.
he's wearing sandpaper underwear.
Hmm.
Yes. She revealed that her boyfriend had disappeared for a few days before returning. Well, that's like a man for you. Then disappearing again in the 70s. Oh, so he came back in the 70s.
Oh, interesting.
Disco Duck. Uh, she even then had a photo of him as an older man, allegedly taken in 2050.
What?
Yeah, the mystery gets deeper. After consulting a doctor, it seems that his story may actually be true, particularly when he vanished overnight without leaving a trace. According to Albert Einstein's theories, what he claimed could theoretically be possible. However, a YouTuber has delved deeper into the case than anyone else, and he believes he's found a flaw in the story.
Leave it to a YouTuber.
That's right. Leave it to a YouTuber because, by gosh, they are true detectives. Joe Scott claims that the pictures were taken from a Ukrainian TV show called Aliens, which explores the possibility of extraterrestrial life. He also suggests that the picture from the 70s features photoshopped architecture and even includes the Empire State Building. However, he couldn't find any information on crime reports or doctor interviews, leaving the mystery still unsolved.
Hmm.
Yep.
I don't know what I believe anymore, Tim.
I don't know if I believe anything anymore either, Jeff. Just boy, I also have another chilling story on the other side of the break.
Ooh.
A guy with a high IQ claims he knows what happens when you die.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of scary.
Hmm.
There's also I know it's a scary episode today. It's just a scary episode. Time traveler claiming he jumping all around.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, jumping all around like a monkey
I
on
have
the bed.
nightmares tonight, thanks to you.
Sorry, I don't mean to do that. I know. So soon after Christmas, all the hope of the world is all around us, and here I am throwing a monkey wrench and everything.
It's crushing it all,
Yeah,
taking away the joy, dropping in the fear.
got another one too. I could make a chilling prediction about a pandemic worse than COVID. Do you want that one?
Oh, my dogs say hi. Don't know if you heard
Oh,
that.
hi. Oh, it's good.
But he's barking.
A little high from the puppy is good too. Yeah, you gotta like that. Yeah, gotta like that. So, all right, we're gonna take our break. When we come back, we're gonna talk to you a little bit about um, a new ally in the war against AI. Who, by gosh, he's so big, I'll take him. We need all the help we can get. He hates AI with a passion. We'll tell you why.
Really?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we'll tell you what happened that AI pissed him off. That's coming up here shortly. Also, I had hinted about this story just a moment ago, but the world's smartest man offers a theory of what happens when we die. It's a little soul crushing, not gonna lie.
We all go to heaven.
That's right. There you go. That's what happens. Mr.Beast claims he's going to spend or has spent 100 hours hunting for ghosts inside Giza's pyramid. Let's just say Mr.Beast is a little bit of a liar. We'll straighten it all out when we come back. Bigfoot may have had a selfie taken inside a canyon in Arizona. We have the latest. A veteran Nessie hunter offers his own views on the Loch Ness Monster. We'll talk about that. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about a Christmas ornament that had a little bit of a paranormal experience. It's coming up all today on the best in paranormal podcasting. It's the Christmas edition of Supernatural News right here on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. Welcome back to the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio on a Wednesday. Supernatural News. Tim Dennis, Jessica Freeburg. Jess, guess what?
What?
Christmas is over. The presents are underneath the tree. We all know what they are now. I still got coal, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Do better next year, Tim.
Better next year. I actually set out little stockings for the chippers. They all got the same thing they got last year, which is nuts. But they like
They're good when you're a chipper.
Yeah, you like nuts when you're a chipper. That's for sure. But everybody ended up being happy for the holiday with it. Can't say happy around here because then that triggers the AI music. It's just part of life. And with that comes AI stories. Obviously, AI, yes. I got to thank our listeners for this story. By the way, if you're a listener and you have a story, send it to me, tim@darknessradio.com. Our listeners love sending me AI stories because they know it freaks me out. Tony that sent me this one? I'm trying to remember. This was either Tony or Tom, one or the other. Both of them love sending me AI stories. They know it. A Georgia jail has welcomed a state-of-the-art robot security system. Why? Because why shouldn't we let the inmates run the security system? No, it's not the inmates that are running it, but they might as well be. Hello, nice to meet you, the robot said after being uncovered by the Cobb County Sheriff's Office. Does that make you feel any better, Jess, that robots are guarding inmates in Cobb County?
No, it seems like a very bad idea.
The Cobb County Sheriff's Office officially unveiled its new DEKA or DECA sentry robots as the agency is looking to enhance security at its jail. I think we can work smarter with technology and not harder, said Cobb County Sheriff Craig Owens as he kicked back his heels and put a little tap of wheat in it. Put a chaw on his lip and spit into a cup and allowed the robot to let the prisoner go free so he could rape and pillage the village. Allows me to shift manpower from other places inside the facility to get more things done. What? I don't know. What is there to do in Cobb County, Georgia?
Yeah. I mean, if your job is to guard the prisoners, then what else are you going to do?
A whole lot of pulling putt, I guess. Sheriff Owens says he believes he is the first to deploy robots in a jail in the United States. He says the jail bots will assist deputies with perimeter patrols and security rounds in dorms. These jail bots can handle tasks much faster than some of us humans can and more efficiently, he said. Now they will not take the place of humans. Let's make sure you understand that.
You probably can't bribe a robot, so I mean, maybe that's a good thing.
You know what else can't do? Can't sodomize it. That's why you put them in there. You can't get the.
Can't do that. No. Well, unless it's from Temu and it's one of those lady robots that are blow up dolls.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not safe for work. We're not there yet, Tim. Keep going.
Well, I spoke to
you. Really?
Yeah. To start, 3 robots are being deployed at the jail, standing at nearly 6 feet tall. Well, already it's too short for jail, I'll tell you that much. These robots are not just massive, it says, but they are tricked out with all the latest gadgets like 360-degree cameras, night vision, and heat detection. Oh, so you will see the prisoners coming, if you know what I mean. They will also provide continuous surveillance and real-time communications. While the robots are programmed to navigate the facility autonomously, a live operator will control them for more complex tasks. I think it's going to be a game changer for the whole corrections industry because it will allow us to be a lot safer and more efficient, Sheriff Owens went on to say. as he sat at his desk and took another nap,
Cracked open a beer.
cracked open a burr. The company behind the robots says AI technology will help spot issues and then notify the appropriate deputies. We're hoping it'll become the basis of another one of our technologies going from indefensible to indispensable. I made that up just now because I ain't got nothing better to do as quickly as possible, said Dean Kamen, founder and CEO of DICA, which I just imagine is in the South because.
Has to be. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Sheriff Owens says robots will help keep his deputies and inmates safe while also reducing human error. He says his goal while testing this tech is to move into the future. And the best part is that it's not costing them any money right now because you ain't got to pay no robot because it don't cost money.
Don't you have to buy it, though? It's going to be expensive.
You got to use real money for a robot?
Thanks.
I didn't think about that. His final quote was this. Here's a good thing. Robots don't call out sick. They don't take vacations. He said all they need to do is be charged.
I guess. Yeah.
Cletus, do you plug in the robot today? Oh, shit. Cletus forgot to charge a robot today. He's got to go to work.
Oh.
Maybe if we just stand it in a corner, people still respond to it. Just pretend it's working. Same as having Cletus there. That's all he does. Same thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's how it works there in Cobb County, Georgia. Meanwhile, turns out that we have a new ally in the fight against AI, Jess. And his name.
Who is it?
His name is Tyson Fury.
Ooh.
Yeah. Although we kind of got him by accident. Not gonna lie. It wasn't like, he stepped forward and said, I'll fight him. He stepped forward and said, and pardon my language here, but he stepped forward and said, hey, fuck me in my fight. It's kind of how it happened. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk had a good old fashioned fight this past weekend. And it turns out as part of the fight, they had 3 live judges and they had an AI judge.
Oh.
Yeah, bad idea, right?
Yeah.
You ever want to piss off a guy who's over 6'5" and over 300 pounds? Tell him that a non-live judge is going to score him worse than live judges do. And then see if he still likes computers afterwards.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's probably a bad thing. Fury was looking to avenge his only professional defeat and take Usyk's WBA, WBC, and WBO heavyweight titles. But guess what? Usyk was still the champion after it was all said and done. Now, you may say, Tim, there were 3 live judges, and they were the ones whose opinions mattered, right? But here's how it scored out. Now, by the way, this fight was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Okay. Which most fights, it seems like these days are, fights that matter, and either in UFC or in boxing or over in that direction anyways, in the Middle East these days. Now, it was over in Kingdom Arena in Saudi Arabia. And the first bout was a split decision between the two of them, right? This one, again, was a little bit by the hair of the chinny chin chin. There were 3 judges in this deal. Usyk remained victorious by a score of 116 to 112 on all 3 judges' cards. Live judges. Okay. Now that's kind of wide margin. That's not really close, but it was close.
Right.
Okay. Now, they decided for shits, giggles, and otherwise that they were going to throw an AI judge in here just to see how close the AI judge was to the other three judges. Now, the AI judge was a trial. It was used in the fight. And while the AI scoring didn't determine the final outcome, the initiative, which was led by, I believe it's Turkey al-Sheikh, which sounds like a great dish you order at a Middle Eastern
It's
restaurant.
so delicious.
Doesn't it? It sounds wonderful.
That
Was aimed to test just how close to reality a computer's scoring would be. Okay. Now, in a statement to X, the chairman of the Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority announced, for the first time ever, an AI-powered judge will monitor the fight. Free from bias and human error, brought to you by The Ring, not the movie, but The Ring. This groundbreaking experiment, which won't impact the official results, debuts during the biggest fight of the century. And in fact, the AI judge scored the fight exactly the same way as the human judges. Oh, bullshit. But it did it by an even bigger margin. It scored it 118 to 112 for Usyk.
hmm.
2 more points for Usyk over Fury, right? So you got to be wondering how the big guy, how Tyson Fury feels about AI now that AI has said, oh, no, Usyk was much, much better than Tyson Fury, right? So they asked Tyson Fury at the press conference. It's a nice little press conference. They put it together. They put Waters in front of Tyson Fury. They put Waters in front of Usyk. They say, hey, Tyson Fury, what do you think about the artificial intelligence's judges scoring of your fight? 118 to 112. What do you think? Yeah, sure. He's 2 more points than the regular judges. But what do you think? Do you think AI is a great score? And Tyson Fury said, fuck all computers. I don't think he likes them.
I mean, I can feel that some days.
Yeah, I think that most days. No, but I like this one right here that we're working.
Yeah. Oh, we're not talking bad about you, baby.
No, we're not talking about you, baby. You're such a good, yes, you are a good computer. The Gypsy King suffered that loss to his 37-year-old rival. And of course, he was not pleased. Despite the fourth judge having no impact, the promoter says it was a groundbreaking experiment. They're thinking of using it again. When Fury's response was F all computers, he said more jobs for humans.
Fair.
See? I like him all right. I love Tyson.
I agree. I agree with Mr. Fury.
Yep. Mr. Fury was nearly as dismissive of the human judges. He said he believed he had clinched victory at the final bell. Speaking to Sky Sports, he said, I swear to God, I thought I won all 3 rounds. Or I won by 3 rounds, he said. I thought I won the fight again. I was Larry Holmes again, he told ESPN. I was on the front foot the entire time. When you don't get the knockout, this is what can happen, he added to ESPN. Yeah. So he wasn't happy, but he really hates AI. He reinforced the message on video. For years, boxing has been denied by its glory, but sometimes that glory is clouded by doubt and controversy. Isn't it time for fairness to step into the ring? The promotional team also pitched in announcing this isn't just AI, it's revolutionizing boxing. It's fairness powered by technology and human enterprise. It doesn't seem like anybody's happy with this thing. Yeah. Fury claims he's not going to cry over spilt milk. It's over now, he says. I've been a boxing my whole life, but I'll always feel a little bit hard done by. Not a little bit, a lot. He wasn't happy, but I like the fact that he said, fuck computers. Yeah.
Yes.
So when it comes time for AI to smash our skulls, Tyson Fury, 6'5", fists like
he's going to be on our side.
That's right. We put Tyson Fury on the front line and let him battle the machines. I'm just saying. I think it's all we put it on him.
We're safe.
Yeah, we're safe. So he's the guy. He's the guy we put on the front line. Just saying. All right. Our next story has to do with the world's smartest man who offers the theory on what happens when we die. Oh no, Phoebe Buffet, cover your ears. You don't want to hear this. This is horrible. It's a horrible story.
Don't listen.
Yeah, don't listen to this story. 72-year-old Chris Langan is considered something of a genius thanks to his IQ, Jess, of between 190 and 210.
Whoa.
I don't know if that's smart or just plain dumb. Do you get stupid when your IQ is that high?
I think so. I mean, you're so smart, you're stupid. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be all this kinds of smart, right? Like I had a friend who was super smart, but like totally lacked like the basic
common sense
knowledge of life. Like she just couldn't function.
Right. I mean, you may be able to know everything in the world, but you end up peeing on yourself. I mean, stuff like that. I mean, basic stuff.
Well, Tim, some of us do that anyway, but
well, I mean, there's that. Yeah.
I blame that on having 3 children.
Yeah, there was the lack of muscle control. I get it. Yeah. Officially considered to be the world's smartest man, Langan has been using his superior intellect to develop what he calls the cognitive theoretic model of the universe, or CTMU. He maintains that when we die, we transition from one form to another, or in other words, we move to a different plane of existence that we are unable to access during life. You had to be that smart to figure that out?
Like, wait a second. Don't we already know this, Tim? Are we the smartest people in the world?
I think so.
Oh my gosh.
Color me 220. That's all I'm saying. I guess. He says death is the termination of your relationship with your particular physical body that you have at this present time. He said on the Theories of Everything with Kurt Jaimungal podcast. New name. Somebody needs a new name. When you are retracted from this reality, you go back up toward the origin of reality. You can be provided with a substitute body, another kind of terminal body that allows you to keep on existing. So is he talking reincarnation?
Sounds like it. Do you get to pick your body? I want a hot body.
Yeah. You know what? I want one too. Next time around, I want one. How do I put that order in? If this guy's got a 210 IQ, figure me out how I order a hot body before I
Exactly. Leave. Figure it out how we get what we want in the next body.
That's right. He says when this happens, he argues you may lose all memory of who you were previously. How are you telling me things I don't already know? You're right. He's so smart, he's stupid.
It's like he's having such an epiphany, though. Like,
it's all new to him.
Wow. Okay. Read a book, man. We've been talking about this for years.
19 and going. Okay. Nothing goes out of existence in the math, he said. Your memories can always be pulled back out, but there's no reason to do that usually, he says. Why cling to memories of a world in which you are no longer insatiated? That's the biggest word I think I've heard today.
I mean, he's just putting that in there to sound smart.
Yeah. Wait, I got to sound smart here. Insatiated. So there are certain automatic psychological things that happen on death at the moment of death. Here, I'll pass it to you now.
Thank you, sir.
Langan also suggests that we may reincarnate a limitless number of times. Arguably all of your lifetimes, he says, if you were to be reincarnated again and again and again, all of those reincarnations are meta-simultaneous, man.
That is deep.
That's deep shit, bro. There is a sense in which they all occur at once in the non-terminal domain, bro. Oh, dear God. He's not that smart. He doesn't have a 210 IQ. Prove it.
I don't believe him.
I don't either.
Show us your underwear.
That's right. Show us your underwear. If you're wearing those wool things, then yeah, I get it. Show us your,
You're a liar.
you liar. Show us your skivvies. He's wearing the wool jockeys.
That needs to be a t-shirt, Tim. Show us your underwear.
Show us your skivvies.
Prove it.
Let's see what kind of time traveler you really are. Well, let's see how smart this guy is. There's a psychic out there making a chilling prediction of a pandemic worse than COVID in 2025.
Yay!
Yes! Maybe we can get rid of the guy who thinks he's that smart. He'll probably go breathe it in. With 2025 around the corner, a team of psychics have made a number of predictions for the year ahead, with one suggesting a pandemic worse in 2020 than in 2020 to soon arrive. Let's just cut to the chase here and see what it is. Each year, experts from Psychic World, that must be a magazine I don't subscribe to, predict what will unfold for the next 12 months. Sorry, I hiccuped there. It was a hiccup.
All right, you're drunk on knowledge. That's what's happening.
I am. I'm drunk on my IQ right now. They predict a welcome ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine.
That's good.
I'll go the opposite. Russia's going to roll over Ukraine. You watch. As well as a new era of space exploration, as new technologies developed by the likes of SpaceX will push the boundaries of what we believe to be possible. However, in a more stark foretelling, one psychic has predicted another pandemic is on the way, one worse than the height of the 2020 coronavirus outbreak. Psychic World shared a post. It is a year-end tradition to ask some of our top psychic mediums, fortune tellers, and astrologers to make predictions about the year ahead. And it says the post added the year 2025 promises to be a year of significant changes and deep transformations, yada, 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 yada. Get to the plague. Where's the plague? Oh, it just doesn't say. It just says plague. Plague.
Oh, not specific plague, just a general plague.
General plague.
Is it Nostrafus?
No, not Nostrafus. Nostradamus. Nostrafus. Yeah, you're getting the two mixed up. By the way, if you were out at the movie theater yesterday, it's Nosferatu is what you're thinking.
Oh gosh, darn! I was so close, Tim.
You're very close, though. It's a combination. By the way,
I'm a genius. There's so much knowledge in this brain. I'm stupid.
Well, that'll happen. Did you see the ad campaign before Christmas Day for that?
Yes.
It was the whole "they're coming, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming."
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, somebody put a rubber band on it. He's coming too much. Which, if you've seen the movie before it came out, I'm like, holy double entendre, Batman. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. If you only knew how much sex is in the movie. I don't know. So I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I laughed too. I thought the same thing.
You laugh at,
Oh, he is. That's true.
did you laugh at the ad? I got a good giggle out of the ad. It's like, he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. I'm like, oh, and slap him in the dick. He'll stop. I just had it. Okay, on with the show.
How can you beat a vampire? Slap him in the dick.
Slap him in the dick. You beat most of them. Anyway. and now with the rest of our program.
Okay.
Mr.Beast, speaking of slapping somebody in the dick, Mr.Beast is going to spend 100 hours hunting for ghosts inside of the Giza pyramids, or at least he claimed it. Although if you watched TMZ this past week, Mr. Hawass, who is used to be the head of the antiquities department of Egypt, said, oh. Not so fast. He claimed he was going to sleep inside the pyramids.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't really do that, can you?
No.
Not even if you're like, hey, I'm here to ghost hunt.
No.
It's probably like double no.
That's a triple no.
That's like a hell no.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a hell to the no, which is exactly what the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities said. He said he hadn't done any such thing. I'll get to the story here. Uh, so Jimmy Donaldson, otherwise known as Mr.Beast, is certainly no stranger to madcap shenanigans, having arranged all manner of bizarre stunts and challenges for his extremely popular YouTube channel, which has over 337 million subscribers. Again, I think I got to start shoving Legos up my ass. I don't know what we got to do. We got to do for the numbers, but evidently that's it.
That's your answer, huh? I'm
That
I'm not doing that with you, by the way.
oh no no no,
Shoving
you know,
Legos in my
I'll take that hit. I'll do that. Speaking recently on Beyond the Records podcast with Noah Lyles, he revealed that he was, for one of his upcoming videos, he was going to be spending a period of 100 hours hunting for ghosts and spirits within the labyrinth corridors and chambers of the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. Now, this is what he claimed. He said, "We got all three of the pyramids of Egypt for 100 hours. I'm going to be doing a video where they're going to be letting me explore anywhere I want to in the pyramids for 100 hours. The event will see him and his team gain access to areas of the pyramids that are usually closed off to the public, albeit while accompanied by a tour guide, and he will record every single second of the time there. I'm so excited because there are also all these secret corridors deep inside," he said. "I don't know what to expect. Now, to look for evidence of the paranormal in the pyramids, the team will be equipped with a variety of common ghost hunting gadgets that they will use throughout their exploration of the structures. While getting to see every nook and cranny of the inside of the pyramids will be certainly interesting, Mr.Beast's claim concerning the event had been subject to quite a bit of scrutiny. Clearing it up was Mr. Hawass, otherwise known as the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. He was on TMZ this past week, and he said, no, 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 no. Because Mr. Beast said, oh, we're going to sleep in the pyramids. It's going to be great. We're going to be in there all 100 hours. We're not going to take a break. It's all going down. It's going to be amazing. So Harvey and Charles were on, and they said, is he going to sleep in the pyramids? Can he even do that? He said, no, no, no. It's already happened. He slept outside the pyramids in a tent.
Okay.
First of all, it didn't happen. Second of all, you can't rent out the pyramids. It doesn't happen.
You can't? I was going to rent it for a wedding or a graduation or something. I was so excited.
Now you're out of luck. Out of luck, kid. But you can rent to film there, which is exactly what he did. It's the same thing that Discovery Channel does, that History Channel does, that anybody does. You rent the pyramids to film. So he did the same thing anybody else does. Any other company does, which is rent them to film. And you have a guide that takes you into certain areas to film. So he didn't get anything that anybody else didn't get. Okay, Mr. Beast.
He made it sound extra cool.
Well, of course he did. He talked big. And then, All right. So according to the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, the YouTuber hadn't rented out the pyramids, but had in fact only been given permission to film there. Some people have also raised concern regarding his use of the pyramids at all. As for the video itself, while we don't currently know exactly what will be published, you can expect to see it appearing on his YouTube channel in the near future. So, like I said, go see the TMZ video for yourself. You'll see exactly what you're going to see, as Mr. Hawass stated it plainly what you're going to see. You're not going to see anything that anybody else hasn't filmed. So I hate to pour water on Mr. Beast, but you'll know exactly what you see.
He's blowing smoke up our asses.
That's right. Meanwhile, sleuths seek a hidden labyrinth beneath the mysterious Guy's Cliff House. The building, which dates back centuries, was once owned by the Freemasons and is thought to hide many secrets. It's nestled within the picturesque countryside of Warwickshire, England. The eerie ruins of Guy's Cliff House, which dates back 250 years, remains at the center of an ongoing historical mystery. It was once owned by the Freemasons, and the house and grounds are said to be the final resting place of Guy of Warwick, which is a prominent historical figure about whom many details have been lost to time. But it is the house itself that remains the most fascinating thing about Guy's Cliff, mainly due to tales of secret labyrinth passageways snaking beneath its walls and the abundance of mysterious wall spaces, hidden corridors, and other enigmatic areas found in and around it. Even today, evidence of an entire other level of the house, now buried beneath mounds of earth, can still be seen in the form of an archway that protrudes from one of its escarpments. Several unexplained voids have also been picked up using modern scanning equipment, but what these hidden rooms and corridors were used for continues to remain a mystery. I can only speculate as to where these other tunnels lead to. Custodian Adrian King told Metro, if there was a series of castles or strongholds, perhaps they were interconnected. It could have been what they were useful, or it could have been that they were useful as a way out, perhaps in case a siege had occurred around the town, that they could have been Guy Cliff's route to and from the town in that respect. In recent years, researchers have been attempting to unravel more of the house's secrets. We all know it's a very old place, said King. From what we've been researching and using modern devices and techniques such as aerial archaeology and LiDAR imaging, we are thinking that the site might be bigger than first thought. That's what she said. Just saying. Get one in.
Yeah, you got to do it when it just comes right at you like that, swinging in your face. You got to.
You said it, I didn't. All right, a veteran Nessie hunter is out there offering his own views on the Loch Ness Monster. As it turns out, Adrian Shine has been investigating the Loch Ness Monster phenomenon for more than 50 years. Fewer people have spent more time scouring the depths of Loch Ness for its legendary monster than Adrian Shine, who's a naturalist whose work has included conducting a major sonar exploration of the loch back in 1987, known as Operation Deep Scan. Founder of the Loch Ness Project and author of multiple papers and books on the subject, it would be fair to say that Shine knows just about everything there is to know about the phenomena. His views on it, however, hold a great deal more weight than those of most other people. After more than 5 decades of research, he's reached the conclusion that the monster doesn't actually exist and that people are seeing and misinterpreting various other mundane things. Yeah.
Kind of disappointing.
A little bit. Of course, there are long-necked creatures on Loch Ness. We call them swans. He told Penn News. Well, adding that other birds and such cormorants can also be mistaken for something unusual in the loch. And in calm conditions, you can lose your ability to judge distance. And if you can't judge distance, you can't judge size. Again, that's what she said. As well as birds, Shine also believes that boat wakes are a major cause of monster sightings. When a vessel is coming towards you, it's obvious what the wake is. You can see it spreading out from the sides of the vessel approaching you, or indeed going away from you, he said. But if it's going across your front, it's quite different. You see the individual wave train, the individual wavelengths as solid black humps. As things stand, it seems unlikely that Shine will ever find conclusive evidence that the Loch Ness Monster is an actual real creature. The way that it's perceived, the two forms, the multi-humper and the long necker, are exactly where the 19th century debate got to with sea serpents, he said. We know what sea serpents look like. You do, I do, everybody else does, and the things people see now in Loch Ness will confirm that, he went on to say. People will continue to come forward having seen these things unrecognized by them, and which will inevitably confirm the stereotypes that society has. It is called confirmation bias, and he weighs in with the skeptics.
Can you hear that?
I didn't hear what you just said. No.
Oh, good. Okay. Then I'll just pretend like it's not happening. My dogs are losing their minds.
Oh, really?
All right. So I was going to ask you then, what team are you on? Are you team multi-humper or team long neck? That's the real question.
Multi-humper or long neck? That's a good question. You know, having not been out there personally myself, I couldn't tell you. I, all the sightings that are seen lately are all on video, and they were all by one person, and it's one person who stares way too long at video.
Yeah, and that's what our mind tries to make sense of stuff. So I don't know. God, sometimes I think if Nessie was in there, we would have found real tangible proof by now. But
Well,
I love the legend, right?
yeah, and they've dragged the lake, and they tried to pull scales out of it and tried to find
Yeah.
DNA of this thing, and that wasn't as successful as they would have liked it to be. I don't know, Jess. There's a lot of if you want to be a hard skeptic on Loch Ness, on the Loch Ness monster, it's real easy to be a skeptic.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
It's real hard to be a believer. But there's a cottage industry there that needs to be protected. Um, it'd be nice to believe in something like that. We've got Pepe over in Lake Pepin, right? And
Yeah.
they try to protect that cottage industry too, but who can actually claim they've seen Pepe?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little while since we've had like credible claims,
Yeah.
and that's just the thing with all the new technology we have. I'm not going to say there was never anything. There probably was, right? But is it still there?
But
And
who's
to that point, if it's not there anymore, where's its carcass? Like, wouldn't it wash up on shore?
who's to say it's not just a giant eel pout or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. I do feel like in the books that I've written, a lot of the sea monsters are misidentified normal sea creatures, that we just are like really big versions of them or ones that we're not familiar with in that area or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
but
from
I'm team multi-humper because
your
it's
team,
just fun to say.
it is multi humper. Yeah. Multi humper, you brought her.
Me and Phoebe Buffet,
That's
my
right.
dog.
That's right. You and Phoebe are on the same team.
For sure a multi-humper.
She's a multi humper. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Problem.
well, because a long necker will get you in trouble. Just saying. It's just the way it is. We go from one cryptid to another. An alleged Bigfoot is photographed in a canyon near Ganado, Arizona. The image, which is said to show a large humanoid creature, has recently been the subject of some heated debate online, reportedly taken on Navajo land between cornfields and is that really Greasewood, Arizona? Grease is the word. That's what they say. This intriguing photograph has been doing the rounds on social media over the last couple of weeks. The person who posted it claimed that her aunt captured the image at the end of a small canyon after hearing strange noises while out with her livestock on her homestead. Little else is known about the case other than the creature was allegedly sighted again a few days later, but the family had decided not to try to hunt it down, but to instead just leave it alone. Stories of such creatures had reportedly been told in the region for many years. The image itself gained renewed attention when it was picked up by the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization, the RIMSO, which also put out a detailed analysis video. While some social media users maintain that the image shows a genuine Sasquatch, others are not so sure and believe that it is either a deliberate hoax or a case of mistaken identity without additional physical evidence to back up the sighting. And all anyone can really do is speculate. I tell you what, I'm going to post this one in the description of the program. This to me looks like either a runaway from the Planet of the Apes or it's someone from Land of the Lost. It looks like somebody in a monkey suit.
Oh my gosh. I mean, if that is real, that is like the best ever. And you hate to be skeptical, but then you find out that people hoax things.
Yeah. Yeah. There's always
Yeah,
some.
that's not even like question mark of like it's something.
Yeah. There's always
Sometimes they're so blurry, you're like, is that
there's
a
always some,
thing or is it a bear? Or
there's always somebody in a ghillie suit though, and that's what kind of
yeah, quit hoaxing us, you bastards. Just
right. Now I wonder about this next story. Okay, so again, people like to get my goat, stir me up, get me going. Especially a couple of our listeners, they love to get me going. I get this story from a couple of our listeners this week. And I know it's because and God love our listeners, but some of them don't know the difference between a squirrel and a chipmunk.
Happens.
And I know a few of them know I have it out for one squirrel in my yard. So they send me this because, okay, I have Arnold in my yard, and Arnold's a fat bastard. That's all there is to it.
Right.
I mean, he's an overly fat bastard. So they send me this. Killer squirrels observed hunting down and eating other animals. I think maybe they think Arnold is a fat bastard who's eating other animals.
Yeah, he's eating like the neighborhood cats and dogs.
Then they send me this.
Oh,
And that kind of looks like Arnold. I'm not going to lie.
oh, he's so cute.
He's
He looks naughty though.
yeah.
Trouble.
Oh, Arnold is the worst. Arnold is the size now of a small reindeer. I mean, he's huge. He just, yeah. And I thought I could starve him out for a while. It's not happening. He comes up to my door now, and he has in the background, he's got a small boombox playing in the arms of an angel. And he's doing the little, can you spare a dime thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's doing that. Yeah. And he's like, if you just donate $1 a day to the Feed My Fat Ass Fund, then, I won't starve to death. And I'm like, Arnold, you eat me out of house and home. It's like, please, if you'll just feed me now, just feed me now. Feed me, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten in like 5 minutes. It's really bad. It's horrible.
Oh, poor Arnold.
Oh, no, poor Arnold. No, he eats everything in the neighborhood. I mean, he ate the bumper off of a car the other day. It's gone. Just a chrome bumper is totally gone now, Jess, because he got hungry.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a force of nature. He's not a squirrel anymore. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Anyways, killer squirrels observed hunting down and eating other animals. Researchers in California were shocked to observe the animals actively hunting down and eating live prey. I'll tell you why at the end of the story this is not an unusual story. It's not.
Okay.
When it comes to squirrels, most people will imagine a shy tree-dwelling mammal with a big bushy tail that spends most of its time feeding on nuts, seeds, and berries. But this isn't the whole picture, as evidenced recently by researchers from the University of Wisconsin, who discovered that some ground-dwelling squirrels in California had not only started eating meat, but had developed a knack for hunting down and killing small animals to acquire it. Normally, squirrels have a mostly vegetarian diet, but are known to occasionally eat eggs, hatchlings, or small juvenile animals if they happen to come across an opportunity to get access to them. This is the first time, however, that they've been seen actively hunting for prey. This is incredibly exciting because this is the first time for this species that we've been documented active hunting from start to finish, said study lead author Dr. Jennifer Smith, who evidently doesn't get out of the house much or get out in nature. Once we saw it happening, it continued to happen again and again and again throughout the summer. Again, someone who doesn't get outside. The squirrels' hunting behavior, which primarily saw them hunt, kill, and eat small voles, you're surprised by this, was observed on 74 occasions over a period of 18 days and involved 27 different individuals. It also happened to coincide with a particularly big increase in vole numbers. It seems that these squirrels are just opportunistic, said Smith. No shit. The superabundance of voles during this particular summer really opened up the novel dietary niche for them. Well, that was odd. Sounded like either a gunshot or something fell upstairs, one or the other.
Oh no, I didn't hear it. Our microphones are wonderful. They just block out all the
I know.
background noise.
They
But
both.
I hope everything's okay.
I hope so too. Hopefully it's not the police coming after me again. So if it is, I'm fucked. And you'll see soon enough. So here's the thing, and I've told this story before, but Swish, my little chipper, Uh, God love him. God rest his soul. He's gone now. But one day is out. We used to have we keep our goldfish inside now in a nice little tank. They've never seen the light of day outside since. They used to be in a nice little pond outside, out back.
Okay.
Okay. We used to bring them in for the winter and put them in a tank and then put them back outside in a pond when it was nice outside. We don't keep them outside anymore. There's a reason for that. Because they're sushi when you keep them outside.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
because one day, intern Yoko's outside and she's setting up fairy houses and she's gardening and she's doing all these other things. And one day, Swish is outside. And Swish is doing his little thing and he's hopping around and he's having a good time and he's doing little chipmunk things. Well, one day he gets hungry, he gets peckish. Now, keep in mind, there's a buffet out there for Swish. There's nuts, there's peanuts, there's almonds, there's so many goddamn nuts. He has his choice of what he wants to eat. But what did Swish do? Swish wanted sushi for lunch.
Oh my goodness.
So Swish went back to the pond. He reached into the pond. He pulls up a goldfish and he's got it half in his mouth and he's tearing away, boy. He's having a
Oh,
good time. He's having live fish for lunch.
ugh.
Intern Yoko goes back and goes, "No, Swish, no, no, you don't eat the fish. You don't eat the fish. What are you doing? You don't eat the fish." And Swish is looking at her like, "Lady, are you fucking nuts? What are you yelling at me for? This is a fish. I'm a chipmunk. Chipmunk eat fish.
Yeah, he's hungry.
I'm hungry. This is delicious. What's your problem? Fish, chipper, chipper, fish. Num, 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 num. Now, are you going to stand there and watch me eat the rest of this? Or what are we going to do here?
Or look away.
Or look away because this is life, right? I also found out chippers love live moths. They love them.
I didn't know that.
Oh, they love them, Jess. They take a live moth and they grab it while it's flying and they gnaw it from the head down and then they just have a pair of wings in their hands.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, well, you think it's gross. They think it's a snack.
Delicious. Yeah.
Delicious. It's protein.
Circle of life.
That's right. Guess what, kids? Chippers and squirrels eat whatever the fuck comes along. It's protein. That's not a story.
Not really.
Squirrels and chippers eat whatever animal comes along. Guess what? You want to hear something even worse? You want to get ready to cringe? They eat birds. They eat baby birds.
Do they eat each other?
You know what they do? Yeah.
Yeah, rabbits do that. I had a rabbit once who ate all of her babies.
Well, you know what? They don't eat their own babies.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they don't get out of the fucking nest in 6 weeks. If they don't make it out in time and they're lame, they're probably going to eat them. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So if my son moves home after he graduates, I can eat
Yeah,
him.
they're going to eat them. Tell him that. Tell him that. You don't make it out by 18, guess what? Your dinner.
Send you to grandpa's. He'll eat anything.
That's right. I'm selling you to grandpa. He'll eat anything. So here's the deal, kids. It happens in nature. Nature's not kind. This is why we say animals are cute. They're furry, but they don't like you. Not unless you form a bond. If you form a bond with them, even then, they're still a little mean.
Yeah.
They're nature. You can form a friendship, but you know what? Friends can go sour at any time.
That's right. They still might eat your face off.
That's right. That's right. That's why that bond's tentative, right? So it's not all
Mhm.
sweetness and light, you know? So just keep that in mind when you form friendships with the animal kingdom, especially if they're wild. Even I know my little buddies, my little chipper buddies, I'm not going to invite them in the house and have them sleep overnight in my bed. I know better. Those are my buddies. But I know at any particular time, if they need something and I'm not giving it to them, they're going to bite my finger off.
That's right. Keep them outside.
That's right. So don't be shocked, kids. Don't be shocked when they turn on you. All right. Speaking of things turning on you, ready for the next story?
Yes.
So, shock of all shocks. Guess what, flat earthers? The earth ain't flat.
You're wrong.
Yeah, go figure. I mean, you could get up in an airplane and go look at it. You get on a boat and you can go sail and go look at it. But it turns out that we had a story not too long ago, maybe a week or two ago, that a pastor, Will Duffy, was going to take several flat earthers out to Antarctica in an effort to prove them wrong. To say, hey, come along with me, you little flat earthers. Come with me, flat earthers. Let me show you that the earth has a curvature to it. Let me show you you're wrong. That's what he was doing, right? They didn't want to believe him, Jess. Well, it turns out that a flat earther ate some humble pie after going on a mission to Antarctica. Here's how it happened. Earlier this month, we reported on the final experiment, which was an Antarctic expedition arranged by Colorado pastor Will Duffy in an effort to prove once and for all that the Earth is definitely not flat. Well, the freezing southern continent has long been at the center of the debate because some proponents of the idea that the Earth is flat believe that there's a giant wall of ice there, kind of like the Game of Thrones, marking the edge of the world. Bullshit. They also maintain that the day and night cycle is the same in Antarctica as it is away from the poles, even though Antarctica sees periods of several months of darkness and several months of daylight. The difficulties inherent in accessing Antarctica to check for this themselves, well, they argue is also evidence of the world's governments covering up the truth about the Earth's flat nature.
Okay.
Right. I don't know why Pastor Duffy put up with all this, but he did. So Pastor Duffy says, I created the final experiment to end the debate once and for all. After we go to Antarctica, no one has to waste any more time debating the shape of the Earth. So he thinks, but they will. Fast forward to the present, and now Duffy's Antarctic expedition has actually taken place, with the Colorado pastor having taken 4 flat earthers to the Antarctic. It wasn't long after they arrived that it became apparent that what they believed was simply not true. Said prominent flat earther Jaron Campanella, all right, guys, sometimes you are wrong in life. No shit, Sherlock, really? I thought there was no 24-hour sun. In fact, I was pretty sure of it, but I respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't. Don't listen to my beliefs or my opinion. It shouldn't matter to you, but at least you should be able to accept that the sun does exactly what these guys said as far as circles the southern continent.
So is he converted now? He believes in reality?
Yeah. He done saw the sun.
Oh, man.
Whether this in itself will be enough to persuade the most diehard flat earthers to completely abandon the idea that the earth is flat, however, remains to be seen. I'm going to post the link to this chicanery so you can watch it for yourself and have a good laugh. Because you should. Everybody needs a good giggle. And if you're a flat earther, you need to see it for yourself anyway. Because the video has on the front of it, it's midnight in Antarctica, and it has the sun shining right there.
There you go. That's all you need.
So you can see it for yourself. Okay, 2 stories left in today's program. The first one has to do with a Christmas decoration coming to life in a festive paranormal clip. Something strange is going on in your neighborhood, but who did we call, Jess?
Bill Murray?
No. We just stomped on it.
Oh.
Yeah, we just
squash it.
Squashed it. Yeah. Something strange was moving underneath the Christmas tree in this viral TikTok clip, and it wasn't Santa Claus. Halloween's well behind us, and Christmas, well, it was a nice holiday while it lasted. But when something started moving underneath the tree, we just took a big hammer and smashed it and said, that son of a bitch is never going to move again. That's what we said. You son of a bitch, you evil devil little ornament. You fuck you. That's what we said. Fuck you and your devil worshiping satanic little fucking no. The video's in two parts, with the first showing a nicely decorated Christmas tree. And so did you like how I handled that? You just splash some holy water on it and hit it with a hammer and fuck you in the name of
Destroy
Jesus.
it.
Yep. No, that's how I said it. Just that's the way I exercise something. The video is in two parts, with the first showing a nicely decorated Christmas tree in someone's living room with 3 ornaments, which may or may not be Santa's elves, standing in a row next to it. The merry scene seems like the last place you'd expect to find anything paranormal, but as the second clip shows, looks can be deceiving. In that clip, which is filmed from a different angle after dark, it is possible to see one of 3 ornaments seemingly coming to life and walking a short distance across the floor.
No, thank you.
Yep.
Ick.
Yep. After being uploaded online, the video quickly managed to rack up over 20 million views and left users unable to decide if the movement was genuinely unexplained or if the whole thing was a hoax. The clip is certainly a bit creepy, and there's no doubt that the ornament moves during the video, but the biggest red flag is the change of angle, which means that we can't actually see the ornament in its entirety. Someone could be holding onto it just outside of the frame of the camera. Even if it is a hoax, though, it certainly is a festive one. I am going to play this video for you real quick and see if you can see it.
Okay.
Tell me. Is it playing?
Yeah, I think so.
Tell me if you can see it.
Oh, I see it. It's moving. Mm-mm. Nope.
Nope.
No, they need to get rid of that. Break it.
In the name of Jesus, they need to get rid of that. Hallelujah.
It's done. It's done. I said, oh, that's icky. I don't like it.
Just fuck you in the name of Jesus. And we're going to smash that with a hammer.
It's not the holy water, it's the holy hammer.
Hold the hammer. We're going to, in the name of Jesus, we're going to fuck you very much. That is good. Yeah. So there you go. That is the little ornament that could.
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
I'd hope none of my ornaments do that this year.
I think we could put that one up too in the little description of the program, so you could take a look at that. You tell me, hoax or real, and how many buckets of holy water do you need under your tree this year? That's all we need to know. All right, in the final story, a little bit of a palate cleanser for you. From St. Nicholas to Kris Kringle, the many names of Santa Claus. Hinter something or another. Isn't that one of them? Santa Claus needs no introduction, at least not to you and I, but many may be surprised how many different names he's gone by. Everyone's heard of Santa Claus, the chubby, white-bearded, red-suited guy who gave you your Christmas gifts yesterday via a reindeer-powered sleigh. By the way, it leaves little pellets in its wake, so don't eat those, especially if, no, they don't taste very good. So, with that, we give you the man in red and his different names. The first written citation for Santa Claus does not appear in the U.S. until late 18th century, where it was alluded to in a mention of a religious event in the New York Gazette. Last Monday, the anniversary of St. Nicholas, otherwise called Saint A. Claus, was celebrated at Protestant Hall, is what it's written in the New York Gazette. So it was Saint A. Claus, Santa Claus, right? The fact that this was the first citation appeared in New York is not unusual, given New York's history until 1664 as a Dutch colony and the ongoing presence of Dutch settlers in that area. This Dutch background is key because Santa Claus is, in fact, a borrowing into English of the Dutch name of Sinterklaas, which sometimes dialectally appeared as Santa, or Sante, Klaas, K-L-A-A-S. Still, before the 1830s, the substitution of Santa Claus for Saint Nick was not in frequent use. In fact, prior to vastly increasing in general popularity toward the latter half of the 1800s, it was in earlier use that century. It was often used to invoke Dutch heritage and culture, or as in the satirical writings of Washington Irving. For instance, a New York-based satirical magazine of the era had this to say in 1808: the noted St. Nicholas, vulgarly called Santa Claus, of all the saints in the calendar, the most venerated by true Hollanders and their unsophisticated descendants. Ooh, that is so cheeky. But by the 1820s, a children's book introduced Santa Claus and a sleigh pulled by reindeer, suggesting that his modern reputation was established by then. His iconic attire, though, didn't become standard uniform, of course, until a certain advertisement by a certain
Oh, you don't
company
say.
called Coca-Cola came up and depicted him in red-suited splendor over a century later in 1930. Speaking of, I need a drink. Just saying. Before then, Santa's outfits had spanned the range from green and yellow to even patriotic stars and stripes. Seems Santa had an affinity for America, I guess. The popular term for Santa prior to this period was St. Nicholas, a name known from the religious observance of the feast day of St. Nicholas on December 6th. The Dutch name Sinterklaas is actually a derivative of the name St. Nicholas. Historically speaking, the namesake of St. Nicholas was the highly charitable bishop of a Roman town called Myra, which we talked about on Christmas Day, and his bones, which
Yes,
I've now
exactly.
I've now freaked out Jess with.
So disgusting.
I'll never think of him the same. Whether going by St. Nick or Santa Claus, the man's enormous celebrity as the granter of tangible wishes also turned out to be another legacy of the Dutch, for it was their tradition to give small gifts or sweets on St. Nicholas Day. And so this Dutch tradition inspired the American mythologizing of a man with a sack of presents on his back to be delivered to children throughout the land. Now, another name for St. Nicholas or Santa Claus that grew in popularity in the 1800s was the name of Kris Kringle. While Santa Claus was Dutch, Kris Kringle came by the way of the Germans who first settled in Pennsylvania and then spread out particularly in the 1800s. The name Kris Kringle, though, was unrelated to Santa Claus or St. Nicholas. Instead, it came from the German word Christkindlein, or Kindlein, meaning Christ child, referring to the baby in the manger. So, unlike St. Nicholas, Kris Kringle is more directly related to the Christian celebration of Christ's birth. Over time, however, the feast of St. Nicholas, also celebrated by German immigrants, became increasingly merged with the celebration of Christmas in the U.S. Given the German influx in the United States was much greater than the Dutch in the 1800s, it's not surprising that the German name competed with the Dutch term during much of that period before Americans eventually decided to settle mainly on Santa Claus. Now, in the end, whether it's St. Nick, Santa, or Kris Kringle, who rides in the sleigh into the holidays, the history of how he got his name is the one that illustrates a wonderful melding of languages and culture, a reminder of how differences can merge into a rich and varied part of the culture celebrated by many. So there you go. That's how Santa got his name.
Good old Santa. I like the version that's not weeping nasty fluids with people trying to steal
You
his
don't want,
bones.
don't want any Saint Nick tears for a shot? You don't want to do a shot of Saint
No,
Nick tears?
I don't want to drink any decayed corpse fluids. Thank you.
Now, to finish up that story from yesterday, it was Josh Gates's crew that supposedly found his sarcophagus.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that an episode that was filmed a while ago? I'm gonna have to find that and watch it.
I think it was filmed recently.
Okay.
Yeah. So they supposedly found his sarcophagus underneath one of the churches.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So and in that, now keep in mind the bones I don't think are no longer there. Or
All
was it
right.
they recently found his bones? I don't remember which it was. Either they found his bones or they found the sarcophagus, one or the other.
We're gonna have to watch it and find out. But yeah.
Yeah. So Josh actually found something in the 15 years he's been doing his show. Which I'm proud of you, Josh. But it's a long running joke. But so he found Saint Nick's something or another. I haven't actually seen the episode myself yet, but
Well, I'm gonna watch it.
yeah.
So
So there you
I
go.
was watching the one about Jesus in Bethlehem the other night. It just happened to be on. I was flipping through the channels and oh, it was really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, are you telling me everything that we've ever known about the baby Jesus story is not true? Was my takeaway.
The one that gets me, I don't know if you've ever seen any of Scott Walter's stuff about.
Yes.
Okay, so the whole thing about the skull and crossbones. Are you
Mm.
familiar with that?
No, no.
Okay, so supposedly when you talk about ossuaries, about the burial boxes in in,
Hmm.
uh, in Israel, and I'll make this real quick before we go. With the burial boxes in Israel, um, you have the burial box of Joseph of Jesus's father.
Right.
You got a burial box of Jesus's brother, supposedly, which is right next to Joseph. And then supposedly there was a burial box of Jesus. And I'm trying to remember how this goes again. But in an ossuary, there in a burial box, they have the femurs, they have the radial bones, and then they have the skull. And a skull and crossbones is the arms and the hands
Hmm.
carried like this with the skull, right?
Right.
Oh, skull and crossbones, right? Supposedly, the reason why the pirate flag exists the way it does, skull and crossbones, is because the Knights Templar absconded with Jesus's ossuary,
Oh.
and that Jesus was actually and this the story is that Jesus's ossuary was absconded with by the Knights Templar. The secret that the Templar kept from the world is that and that the Vatican kept from the world is that the Templar have Jesus's remains,
Interesting.
that they've always had his remains in an ossuary, and that the skull and crossbones were when in 1307, when supposedly the Templar were burned at the stake, they weren't. They had fled to different areas of the world. Okay. And that only a few of them were sacrificed to make it seem like they were burned out or that they were absconded with, or that they were not
Hmm.
absconded with, but that they were essentially destroyed. Okay.
Right.
The rest of them fled to the four corners of Europe, and some of them had gone to Spain, and some of them had fled, and some of them had become pirates. Okay.
Hmm.
Skull and crossbones is a flag to identify other Templar to other Templar. In other words, it's saying through Jesus's ossuary, I identify with you, brother.
Oh, okay. Huh.
It's basically signaling I'm a brother of Jesus.
Huh, that's wild.
So it's basically flying the flag of Jesus. Isn't that
And yet
something?
it seems the opposite, right?
It's,
It
but
seems something bad, but it's not.
it does. It seems ominous. It seems morbid.
Yeah.
It seems, it's like this symbol of death, right? But essentially it is because but it's spitting in the face of the Vatican, because the Vatican tried to wipe out the Templar. So by flying this flag with Jesus's bones, you're spitting in the face of the Vatican by saying
Hmm.
we still exist, we're still alive,
Yeah.
and we're
That's so
basically coming
interesting.
after you. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. It's spitting in the face of everything that exists.
History's so cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that's one theory. It's one theory. And that's all it is. But it's a very cool alternative history theory.
Yeah, it's a cool theory. I like it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's interesting stuff. If you're interested in the stuff that Scott Walter's doing, there's his website's out there, so you can check it out. And the hooked X theory and all that other stuff is very interesting stuff. So there you go. That'll do it for today. Next week, lots of good stuff, folks, including anniversary week. So we turn 19 next week. It's a Steely Dan week. Hey, 19. Just saying.
Growing up.
We're growing up. So there you go. Jess, I want to thank you so much for putting in the time this week and everything you've done this week. I appreciate you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for everything. I hope everybody had a good Christmas week and that you got everything you wanted for Christmas. Again, the trip next week is the trip.
Next week already. Yeah, we start on Thursday, but you can also do a ticket for Friday, Saturday. But it's our manifesting paranormal retreat. So we're doing all kinds of fun stuff associated with, manifesting what you want in 2025. And we're doing the art and the writing workshops that we always do. And then the paranormal investigation that we always do. And it'll be fun. We're excited.
You still have time to get in on it, folks. So
yes, Darkness 30 for 30% off. I almost forgot, but yes, you guys get a discount.
Yep. So go to Jess's website. We have a link in the description of this program, so you can go get your last minute tickets. Get in on it, folks. Go up there, check out everything there is for the Ghost Stories Inc. trip. Not only just getting in and manifesting what you want for the new year, get in on it and discover some of the great creativity up there too. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be a painter or a writer to get in on being creative on this trip. I don't write, but I went up there and just the energy up there was amazing. And some great people up there as well. You're going to have a wonderful time up there. I guarantee it. So get in on it right now. And it's so wonderful this time of year. It's so pretty up there this time of year. So up at Sauk Center, Minnesota in the Palmer House. So get your tickets right now. There's a link in the description of this program. So for Jessica Freeburg, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you so much. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. And we're looking forward to the new year. For Jessica Freeburg, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you for joining us for the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio.
For more audio and video archives of the show, intriguing content, and cool swag, check out darknessradioshow.com. Thank you for watching. And remember to go out and be a light in someone's darkness this weekend.